sent me this video, and it's you shooting this deer, and I must have looked at this maybe about 50 times, and I'm gonna play it right now for the live stream, and as you can see, it's just she's perfectly broadside, and it's just that you just smoke them. You just smoke, like, that's just like the perfect shot, and you just see them jump, boom. How far did that deer go?
27 yards. I watched that deer crash, and I saw the white belly come up, and I was like, I'm done. Like, that's perfect. And about 10 minutes later, that other little buck came walking right back out and just hung out there. And I'm just like, I could get both of them today. So I don't want to. It's like, go back and get your big brother. But yeah, I took that shot, and so I screwed up really bad last year on a shot, even closer than that. And I was like, I'm not going to do that again. So all summer, man, I'm shooting from different positions. I'm shooting constantly. I shoot for Warhead Arrow companies as well, and I was shooting arrows left and right, man. I'm probably 200 to 300 a week. And I'm like, I am not making that mistake again, and it paid off, man. That deer came out, got it on, first time hunting from a saddle, first time self-filming, did all of that, and that was just the perfect shot.
The perfect shot is something that you either get lucky with it or it's by practice, and I say it's the latter. I did a video, I don't know if you saw this on Instagram or not, is that you kind of feel it. You kind of know when you shoot a deer by sound. You know where you hit by sound rather than by sight. And I don't know if you could agree with that, but I liken it to, you're actually just fitting it in. You're feeling the shot. It's like it comes from within, like from your gut. It's so hard to explain, and I'm just amazed by that's like now, like we're in the world of AI and stuff like that. Where they think, everything, self-driving cars, and everyone's playing video games, and everything's so analytical. And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't, or they forget about, is that we're human beings, and when we're going up against nature, the advantage that we still have against a robot actually going out, or machines, with farming and all that stuff, is that we have instinct.
Absolutely.
And we could feel things. Now we're starting, as we go on in our generation, we're starting to lose that. The less we spend in nature, generation goes on, we're losing less and less instinct as society. But we're still living beings, and we're granted with this sixth sense of ability that we can't touch, we can't taste. It's just, it comes from within.
Yeah.
And you just have that feeling when hey, this is going to be the good day. This is going to be it. And then it comes up, and then boom, this is the good shot. Like right away you did a bad shot. Like,
oh yeah. And like you said in that video, sound, right? The sound will tell you everything. Well, when you're at full draw, what I like to do is I like to envision where the shot's going to exit out. Okay, well, I need to make sure that this arrow is going to exit through the heart. All right, well, where do I have to aim at on the anatomy to make that happen right now? And doing that, and like you said earlier when you were turkey hunting, time can slow down. You just want to process everything and take it all in and just focus on that front, or not the front sight, but focus on your pin, where it's going. All right, how's your peep lining up? All right, is that level on your, or that bubble on your level good? All right, we're good there. all right, now how's the pressure on your release? Are you gonna jerk it? How's your hand grip on that riser? What's it? I mean, so many little things that you have to think about all the time to make that perfect shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes luck is the only thing that happens too, because there's plenty of times I've just got plain lucky.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. It's you have to be prepared, but you have to be at the right place and the right time. And there's been so many instances where, you know, hey, I should have hunted. You look at my camera, there he was. You know, my probably my biggest regret in my hunting career so far is been actually waiting on a shot, because this is what I was taught. This is they're going to jay around. This is when I actually had this 2 years ago. I had bait out to my left. I'm sitting a lock-on stand, and I have a giant 11-pointer that's going to be on the wall behind me. Boone and Crockett, Pope and Young, get me awards.
Yep.
He's 34 yards away. He's within range. But he's to my right. And if you're shooting a compound, you know that's an awkward shot.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very awkward shot, and that's a very tough shot. So I says, I'm going to wait. He's going to jay around. I've seen this story before. I know it. He's going to jay around. Here he comes. Instead of that hook, he goes straight.
Yep. Many times. All right. All right. You know, when you're at full draw on that deer, and right when you release that deer, you want to aim at that lower 1/3.
Yep.
Because he's going to drop, right? Well, I got, here, let me show you here. I got, let me see. I got this guy at 13 yards, right there.
Wow.
And he did not drop. So when I shot, he did not drop like I was anticipating. I shot right under him. Completely fucking missed. Sorry. Completely missed, right? I was out there for 4 days. I was out there for a 4-day hunt and missed him. The last day I saw him, I missed him at 13 yards. The very last day I ran back into him at 10 and dropped him. But dude, that is the most gut-wrenching feeling ever.
No, I completely agree with that, because you know, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna see him again. I'm gonna see him again. Yep. What I've learned from experience, and I've heard this. I get asked this question every time. So my buddy actually got into shooting range with a decent buck on Sunday afternoon at night. Probably like 20 minutes left of shooting late, and he just couldn't get a shot on him. He's like, am I going to see him again? From my experience, the answer to that is actually, I hope he's not watching this. No. No.
Yep.
You know,
but you don't want to tell him that.
No, you don't want to tell him that. You have to take your shots. Nothing's going to be perfect when you're out in the woods. Sometimes you have to take an uncomfortable, like you said before, you were taking those uncomfortable shots. You're the lean. It's almost like you're playing quarterback and you're Patrick Mahomes and you're throwing the ball sidearm. You have to get, you saddle hunt, you get that full range of motion. I hunt from the climber and a lock-on, but I use that. What I love about this hunter safety system is that I can get a lean. I can get some lean.
Yeah.
I use that to an advantage. And you want to, when you're shooting from elevation, you want to actually kind of bend at the hip a little bit. And then, now what kind of release do you use?
I actually have a spot hog, thumb release.
Thumb release. So you go back to thumb. So I switched to that last year. I was true fire all the way and punching my shots.
Yep.
I could probably be up to. I shoot at the Outdoor Expo every year. I'm a 230, 240 shooter. Okay, I'm not a 300 shooter, but I try to be as competitive as possible, and I feel the shots in. I'm seasoned. Okay, with the thumb release, I felt like that got me to 250, 260.
Oh yeah.
It's gotten me more consistent. I'm more control. I lose this factor of me pulling shots. Now it's just more smooth, and now it's just more on the front hand and working those mechanics, which are, I think, so imperative as a hunter. You're an athlete.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So when you're out in the woods, if you're shooting a compound, and even shooting a rifle or a shotgun muzzleloader, you're an athlete. Now the crossbow, no offense to those who.
Yep.
I've shot I've shot a few crossbows before. I've shot the Raven. I shot the new 10-point TRX 515. I just shot the 505 that my buddy Nicky just got. They're actually, now you feel a little recoil because they're so fast. They're like a gun though. It's like a gun except without the recoil. There's not, it's not even the punching the shot. Like you could get away with some bad mechanics too.
Yeah,
that.
I know.
I still practice good mechanics, but when I had a little bad mechanics, I actually shot. My bow was in the shop, and I borrowed my buddy's crossbow. I'm 2 for 2 with the crossbow. 2 times out with the crossbow, 2 deer. It's
nice.
cheating. It's cheating.
It's fair. It makes it easy. That's for sure.
And these were shots that were I wouldn't have taken with the compound. These are like almost 40 yards.
So 2 years ago, where I work, it's a giant warehouse, and my boss lets me shoot my bow inside on bad weather days, and I can shoot 70 yards inside. So, I mean, it's trick shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd put my bad back, and I'd have people holding the door, or I'll prop doors open, and I'm shooting from inside, outside. And for a week straight, I was making 60, 70-yard shots all day with my bow. And I felt comfortable.